everyone. So as you may have noticed, there have been a couple of changes with this channel just in general. I have changed the name on the channel to Area 37.5, which is after one, my love for aliens, and two, Triple S, because they have 37.5 Fahrenheit. I had aidy help me workshop it because I've been wanting to kind of change up some things about my accounts for a bit now, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later. It's kind of related to things that I'll show you in a sec. As you can tell from this title, I am going to be going through some of my collections that I am not wanting to continue anymore, so that'll be something later on. But before I get into that, I did want to give just like a full comprehensive collection tour because I realized I haven't done one yet, and we've got quite a bit to go through. I also did want to share some of my photo cards and like assortments of cards and inclusions that aren't necessarily collections, but things that I still want to keep up with, biases in groups that I don't collect, things like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into those. I'm not sure where I really want to start, but we'll see who's first. So up first, I wanted to go through my non-collection things. So these are just photo cards that I have that either are of biases in groups that I don't actively collect, or just photo cards that I wanted to keep. This binder here is definitely one that's more for just photo cards that I want to hold on to. So we have a few Stray Kids Jisung cards from various merchandise here. And then we also have some Singmin cards. These I just kind of had to keep because, well, yeah. We also have some Momo cards. A lot of these are from my friends Kit and Sidney because we all like Twice, but I know that they both like Twice more than I do. I do love Momo, so I'm really glad that I have these cards. We have a little Liso here. This was something that you probably saw in my unboxing video for I've Switch. We also have some miscellaneous girl group things here. So I have a GU object from, I want to say this is from Crystallize. I think yes. And then Heejun object from their fan kit, although I got this at the concert. Some From S9 cards, Cheon. Some Yuna cards. There's some blank spots in here because of photo card holders, but yeah. Some 17 Mingyu cards because I can't really part with them. Some Hyejoo cards, of course, because she is my loose symbol bias. And then there's just some random cards here. So Ki, Chanyeol, I think there's a group card for Perfume behind this sticker here, but I just wanted to display it here. And then a Young K card, and I believe that's it for this binder. There are some digital code cards in the back here that I have not used, but that was this one. And next is this little binder here I am using for biases in groups that I don't actively collect but still want to hold on to. So first up we have Woods. Of course, he is my favorite male soloist. I saw him in concert back in December and it was life-changing. I've loved him since probably 2019. Next we have Taeyong. I would say that right now he's my second bias in NCT, so of course I had to get a few cards of him, and with some of these, like, how could you not, right? So I have a few of these. Most of these I've either pulled or traded for. All of his solo album photo cards were pulls, but I do have a few others in here. And I also have my Wendy cards, but I have some album cards and some miscellaneous cards here, like this one's from Season's Greetings, and the other one from the set is in this photo card holder right here. I love it so much. And then there's that last Wendy card, and I have my Kazuha collection here. I am thinking of rehoming her to a one pocket again. I used to store her in one, but we'll see. I was really enjoying Crazy, so I might pick her back up. We'll see. I do have quite a bit for her, all things considered, but if I were to start collecting her again, I think I'd just go for selfie cards. So those are these two, and then we're gonna get into actual collections here in a sec. So the way I want to go after this, I think, is just going from small binders to big binders. So I wanted to start For my actual collections with Karina and Dahyun, we'll do Karina first. I haven't actually made a lot of progress with my Karina collection in quite a bit. I think that's just because I haven't had really the money or, you know, otherwise the energy to go after getting Armageddon cards. I would say that while she is a bias of mine that I love, and I love her photo cards so much, I wouldn't consider her an idol that I collect just because it's not something that's always at the front of my mind. So I have quite a bit for her, considering that she's not a collection that I really try hard with, I guess, but there are still quite a bit of blank spaces that you can see here. The latest card that I did get was a drama card, I believe this one here. I don't actually know what this is from. I don't know if this is an album inclusion or not. The holo makes me think otherwise, but maybe it's the sleeve. I don't know. Anyway, next we have Dahyun. If you guys follow me on my Instagram, you will know that Dahyun is like my favorite girl group idol right now, other than Bae. Triple S has really just been my favorite girl group alongside NMIX since probably like February or March, maybe later than that. But I don't have a whole lot for her as far as physical stuff goes, but I am slowly working on my digital collection for her as well. I have a couple of these on the way as far as physicals go. I have one of the Assemble objects and then the other Lovelution object on the way. We have this cute set from Assemble 24, and then this object here, which I have the other one on the way as well. And she's a little difficult to store just because Triple S's inclusion sizes are pretty different. Just for an example, this is a pre-order benefit that I just got in the mail the other day, but yeah, those were these. So next we're gonna move on to the 2 pocket binders. So these binders might look a little familiar, and that is because I did film a setup video for all 3 of these. So we have Hoshi, Yujin, and Young K. I think I want to start with Young K just because this is, I think, the first collection I ever started. And I haven't added anything since probably 2021 or 2022 maybe, but as far as I'm aware, it is mostly, if not completely, done. And when I was new to collecting back in like 2020, I was making a lot of progress with this very quickly, and I'm really proud of the progress I've made, all things considered, because I did not really have the means to be trading like I was. But yeah, this is what I've got right now. And as you can see, I'm still missing a few cards. But you know what? That's okay. And I have spots in here for their second most recent album, but you know, spoiler, this is one of the collections I'm thinking of dropping. So more on that later. All right. Next up we have Hoshi. I love Hoshi's cards so much. And you've already seen a flip through of this if you watched the setup video, and pretty much nothing has changed since then, other than this. But yeah, I mean, he has so many photo cards, it's really overwhelming at times, and as far as my interest in 17 goes, it's something that kind of fades in and out. Especially in the past few months, I haven't really been keeping up with 17 as much as I did before, but I'm still very happy with the progress that I have made with my Hoshi collection. I think that all of the photo cards I have are super, super cute, and I've been able to get some cards that I really want, like that one. But yeah, there are several pages of just blanks here. Then we have the Pusoksun cards, and then this is the FML stuff. I have some stuff from 17th Heaven, but this is like where I stopped kind of actively trying to get more photo cards. And also, as you can see from the top here, it's pretty loaded. So that was Hoshi, and finally, of the 2 pocket binders, we have Yujin. Similar to Hoshi, I haven't really been making a ton of progress with her, just because I've been focusing on other collections right now, which is okay. Something that I really enjoy about collecting many people is that you can always just kind of like shelf a collection and come back to it. And I'm somebody who tends to hyper focus on only like 1 or 2 groups at a time. So being able to start my Yujin collection and slowly make progress with it has been really nice. And it is pretty small, but that's also just because they are a fairly new group and there's not a whole ton of photo cards as it is, and I'm only collecting album cards, with the exception of that one pod that you saw. But these are the 2 pocket binders. I'm going to be getting into the bigger stuff now. Okay, so next I wanted to look at 2 of my boy group collections that I haven't really paid a whole lot of attention to lately. First is Han from Stray Kids, and then we also have Uyong from ATEEZ in this binder, but we're going to get into Han first. This is another one of my collections that I started pretty early on, and I really owe the progress that I've made to my friend Kit, who ults Stray Kids, and they have helped me so much with building this collection. It is by no means close to being complete, and it has not been updated in quite a bit, I'll admit. But even so, I'm proud of the progress I've made, and there are a lot of cute cards in here that I don't think I could ever part with. But yeah, I started collecting Han back in, I think, late 2020 or early 2021, and I do really like a lot of his photo cards. I think the latest album that I was working on was 5 Star, which I want to say I completed. Yes, that is because I think I hosted a group order for it. But yeah, we've got some Rockstar cards in here, and then just this lone photo card back here because I couldn't find a spot for him. And next up is my ATEEZ Uyong collection. I will admit this was something that I picked up very spontaneously. The very first concert that I ever went to was ATEEZ back in November of 2022, and it was a really fun experience. I enjoyed all the energy inside the venue, and just being able to make a lot of noise with a bunch of people who also knew ATEEZ was really nice. And my journey as an ATEEZ listener is very interesting. I was keeping up with them pre-debut and was really into the group when they debuted, but I kind of fell off with them in 2019 right before Wave and Illusion dropped, and then I picked them back up in 2022 really, when I started listening to them again because my friend wanted to go to a show. So I went, and I decided spontaneously after the concert that I wanted to start collecting a member, and my bias was Uyong. So that's why you can see I have a lot of progress in the Movement album, just because that was when I started. And then we have Spin-Off all in here. And I do have a few cards that I am going to have to think really hard about parting with, namely these 2 and then a few others after Outlaw era. The Will photo cards, because I busted my ass. Not even really, I just went to a pop-up, and I know that these cards are like relatively sought after, and I know that someone else would probably be better off with them, but at the same time, like, this is such a silly photo card, and I can't help but kind of want to keep it. We will see. And I'm messing up my formatting by talking about my drops now, but whatever. We'll talk more about what I'm dropping and why later. We are still not done giving the collection tour. I have 3 more binders, so hold for that. Okay, so next up I have my Bae collection here and my Bumgyu collection here. I think I want to start with my Bumgyu collection just because it is in this little binder here. It's my favorite, and yeesh, it's pretty full. This is one of the collections that I have that I am the most proud of, just because of all of the progress I've made and the cards that I have, although I do have some replicas. This is a replica. And I'll point out other ones that I have in here, but there are a lot of cards that I've just pulled. I pulled this. I can't even describe to you how I felt pulling that card. But yeah, I've made a whole bunch of progress with TXT, and after I saw them in summer of 2023, I was really wanting to make more progress with my collection for Bumgyu. So we have some Japan cards here, and then some free fall cards. This is not complete, but you know, moving on. We've got some of these here, and then I've got non-album cards as well. A lot of these were ones that I bought. I bought this card because I couldn't help myself. But others are pulls. So this set I completed. I hosted a group order and ended up pulling this card, and I have a dupe of it. But group order kind of saved me. Mercari Japan saved me. And here's some more summer kit things. And then I have some concert cards. So these are from the DVD, and then this is the US concert lucky draw. It's the hard credit card material. I pulled this at the venue, and then this is a replica for the Moazone card because I'm not spending that much. We have some more like miscellaneous membership DVD. These are DVD cards. This is a membership card, and this is a duplicate for another Moazone card. We have some membership sets, and then these are duplicates, and this is a duplicate. Like, these are all replicas, not duplicates. I don't have multiple. Oh my god. This is real, but these are all replicas. And then this is a couple of OT4 sets that I've completed. I completed the R set like a year ago, I think. And then this is a replica set because those were in a set of 5. And then the Lullaby version set. And I think I have just this miscellaneous guy back here. But yeah, that's my Bumgyu collection. I haven't really added anything in a few months, but that was him. And next up we have my Bae collection. This is one that I'm really wanting to go back through and reorganize and just clean it up because the binder itself looks a little messy. It's decorated pretty well in here. As you can see, I have a exclusive aidy signed Bae dollar. So like I said, it's a little messy looking just because I'm using sticky notes in this as placeholders. I ran out of those coloring book ones, but hopefully after doing some cleaning, we will have more room. But as far as the organization for this, I like the way it's set up because I have all of the actual album cards here. And then for each album card, I want to have a matching pre-order benefit card or lucky draw, which I'm making some progress with. As of right now, I have completed the album inclusions through break. I'm waiting on some more stick out inclusions. We'll be doing a storing video soon for a lot of Bae cards, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, the way that it's organized right now is just all of the album eras in order, and then all of my miscellaneous stuff, so pobs that I otherwise wouldn't be able to match concept-wise, or non-album cards or stuff like that, are just kind of towards the back in this binder. And I think I do want to change that to just have like by era. I would just have more pages for pobs, because they're not really organized. So I have this one dice one. I have some, I believe these are Expergo / Funky Glitter Christmas, and then more Expergo, and then AMNDs starting on this page, I believe. If not, then that page. And then this is a break pob. These are some non-album cards back on this page, and then more non-album. So that was my Bae collection. I think it's a little disorganized, and I definitely need to work on it, but that'll be for another video, perhaps. All right, it's time. This is my pride and joy. I wouldn't say that this is like my current top priority collection right now, but my Mark collection is one that I've been working on for many years now. I started collecting Mark back in 2020, and I have not stopped since then. So I will give a little flip through. I will say, when I started collecting Mark, I was only collecting NCT 127 and NCT like group album stuff. I was not collecting NCT Dream just because I wasn't super into their music at the time. But now, I like 127 and Dream equally. So I'm trying to catch up with my older NCT Dream cards. Like, I'm still missing We Young, but I have most of Mark's album cards through recent releases. I'm missing very few of them. And then I also have some spots just for pre-order benefits here. So I have this on the way now. I just need to get this. This will probably be in the next buy batch that me, Kit, Sid, and aidy do. Next we have some more 2021 releases into 2022. This is one of my favorite spreads. It's just winter. So the Candy Photocards, and then Pink Christmas, and then SMCU Palace. Next to AO and ISTJ. This was when I started pretty heavily collecting pre-order benefits. As you can tell, I have spots made here. Anyway, I'm still missing this card. I can't find it for the life of me. We'll figure it out. And this card's missing because it's in a photo card holder on my bed, by my bed. Hello. Next we have Be There For Me, which I'm still working on, but we'll see how that goes. And then I have some more non-album stuff in the back, and then Dreamscape, which is looking pretty barren, and finally Walk, which also I have not made a ton of progress on, but you know, I'll get to it. Finally, we have some non-album things, and then there's a little separator here, and I have my Super M cards, because how could I forget about these? And yeah, that was my mark binder. As you can see from like the type of binder, it is pretty hefty. I'm really hoping that I don't have to size up anytime soon, but realistically, it may have to happen. But for now, this is where Mark lives, and we are going to talk more about those collection drops that I mentioned earlier. So I will say right now that this is kind of a spot where I haven't really been before, in that I don't think I've ever mass dropped collections. As you can see from this pile here, I'm looking at downsizing and or dropping at least 5 of my collections. It is partially a financial thing, but I would also say that I have been in a place mentally where I'm doing a lot of reflecting, a lot of looking back at things and thinking about what makes me happy, you know? And not to say that these people don't make me happy anymore. It's more that the process of collecting, buying, and trading for these idols specifically has gotten to a point where it is no longer something that I am excited about and look forward to like I am with my other collections. And for that reason, I want to stop collecting them. It's a little weird to be standing on the other side of things and just looking down on it all and being like, I'm ready to leave this behind me. And it sounds like it's a really emotional thing, but K-pop is my main interest and collecting is my main hobby. So in a lot of ways, this does mean a ton to me, and it's a pretty big thing that I'm finally being able to sit with myself and decide that yes, I'm done doing this, and downsizing is good for me, and it will help me give more love to the idols who I really want to focus on. So I'm going to be downsizing my Hoshi collection. I'll probably be storing him with my Woods and Taeyong and Wendy cards, because there are some of these that I just can't part with. My Young K collection, I'll admit, I'm proud of the progress I've made, but I just don't want to continue. So I will be completely dropping this collection. As for Han, like I said before, there are several cards in here that I'm very attached to, mostly because of sentimental value with my friends. But with that said, I do have 2 of my friends who like Han and would probably really like these photo cards. So I will be sorting through all of this and picking only maybe like 1 or 2 that I want to keep. The rest of these I will probably be offering to my friends first and then selling and or trading. So that's where I'm at with my Han collection. My Uyeon collection is similar to Young K. I'm planning on dropping this completely. This was something that I picked up very spontaneously and I didn't really think about before I started doing it. As you can tell, there's a bunch of blank spots for early albums when I didn't really care about collecting. So I'm probably going to be getting rid of most of these cards, trading and or selling. And I think that it's time for me to drop my Bumgyu collection. As you can tell from my rebrand, I am shifting away from Bumgyu related things. So with that said, I am going to go through this binder and pick out the ones that I do want to keep. And I'm also planning on downsizing my merch significantly. I'm just at a point with TXT where I am not interested in the music that they're putting out now. He's gonna have a special place in my heart like forever. But as far as collecting goes, I don't really feel the need to bring that energy with a boy group that I just haven't really been keeping up with. And you may notice all of these are men. Well, in the past year, I would say that I've paid more attention to girl groups than boy groups. As far as the groups that I am focusing on, it is, for boy groups, it is NCT and Extraordinary Heroes, and for girl groups, it is Triple S, NMIX, LE SSERAFIM, IVE, aespa, and of course there are other groups that I like to keep up with, like post-Luna groups and solos, of course, and Red Velvet and Twice. But yeah, I'm gonna take a quick break and go through all of these photo cards from the ones that I wanted to pick out keeper cards, I guess, and I will show you guys the ones that I pick out. Be right back. Alright, so I finished sorting through the collections that I want to keep some select cards out of. I may end up changing my mind about this later on, but the cards I have chose to keep for my Bumgyu collection were, of course, all of the replica cards, just because I don't really feel like those would sell. This album card, replica, this album card, this Pure to Benefit, or this is a lucky draw. This Japan card, of course, this Diva, and then this unit card, just because it is very dear to me and I tried very hard to get it. For my Hoshi cards, I chose these three right here. I pulled this on my birthday last year. Or maybe it was the year before. I don't remember. But anyway, this photo card, yes. And then this photo card, which I traded for pretty recently. And then this, I believe, was gifted to me. And so I wanted to keep these three. I do really like all of these, and I couldn't possibly keep Hoshi cards without keeping in this signature. And for the Jisung cards I chose to keep, we have one from Accident. I really love this outfit. We have one from Ordinary. Again, obsessed with the outfit. And of course, my Go Live Limited. I may end up going back on this. But I love this photo card. It's so cute. So those were the ones that I chose to keep, and for the rest of these, well, I will be rehoming them to other people in some way or another. I think I'm actually gonna cut and take everything out and make big stacks so we can see all together. Alright, so I finished emptying out the binders. I just wanted to kind of take a second to give a shot of all of the piles. Oh my god. Okay, so with all of that sorted through, we are done sorting through my collections. It feels a little strange to see all of them laid out like this, and I'm really excited to be focusing more on my current collections moving forward and being able to see what new things I can do with those. I'm really hoping to make a lot of progress with my Bay collection and finally find a spot for my Gaon collection because I do have quite a few photo cards of his, and he does not have a home right now. So maybe in coming videos we will get that set up, but I'm just excited to see what these next few months have in store for me as far as my new collections and my current collections that I'm maintaining. But yeah, this has been a really nice experience for me to film, and I hope that you enjoyed watching it. I should be coming back with a video of me storing a lot of photo cards pretty soon. I would say within the next few weeks, probably before October starts, fingers crossed. But stay tuned for that, and I'll be active otherwise on my Instagram. You'll be able to find me on there, and on Twitter. I'll link both of those in the description of this video. In the meantime, thank you for sticking around, and if you like this video, please let me know by leaving a like or saying something nice in the comments. It would mean a lot. Well, that's all I have today. I hope you have a good day. Bye.